Today is day 5 of our 5-day Focus and Get It Done challenge. And I thank you very much for joining me on this beautiful day. We have so much to be thankful and grateful for. And I appreciate you taking time out of your busy lives to invest in yourself and to think about yourself and to honor yourself by focus over these past 5 days. So as we have done in the past, I would like to take a moment to share our gratitude and abundance meditation, to just breathe a little bit and to get ourselves grounded and in a better, higher vibration so that we can be calm, peaceful, and make the most of our time together. So we'll take a quick moment. Abundance and gratitude meditation. Thank you, God, for all the challenges in my path, knowing that they are all the right challenges at all the right times to help me grow and to become more. Thank you, God, for pushing me outside of my comfort zone and making me stronger. Give me all that I can handle, knowing that I am strong. I am worthy. With my loving family, friends, and support team, I can overcome and learn from every obstacle. No challenge is too great or insurmountable. I am worthy. I deserve unbridled happiness and abundance, and am thankful for each little moment. I am strong. I am beautiful inside and out. I attract heart-centered go-givers into my world because I am serving with spirit while doing your will. I will grow smarter, faster, and learn to trust special friends you place in my path for guidance and accelerated learning. In your name, I will continue giving my time, talent, and treasure from the heart to help transform the lives of others by using my special gifts. The world needs what I have to share. Help me continue to attract those who are open to receiving my gifts. Keep me humble and open to learning. In your name, I will continue to be a generous giver and an excellent receiver so that others may experience the joy of helping me too. Thank you, God, for this day and for every moment I breathe. May I continue to wash away the limiting beliefs, fears, and doubts from my past and know that the answers are indeed deep within me. I have the power to manifest my highest desires without greed, without fear, without desperation, or living in a scarcity mindset. Thank you for all that I have and all that I promise to work on in my mission to help make the world, my world, a better place today and for future generations. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. What a beautiful day. What a beautiful time. And I appreciate you sticking with me and sharing together, because this has been a growth experience, I think, for all of us. And I would love to share a moment. I had a little aha moment today, and it was interesting. 2 things. So one of the things that I've been doing for myself, quite frankly, is I'm walking this journey with you. So it's not just me preaching to you and telling you what you should be doing and not honoring that myself. So one of the things that I did again today that was quite cool is I just woke up at 5:30 a.m. fresh, energized, and was out the door and in my class taking my fitness program at 5:30 again. And I have to tell you, it felt so good, and I was so proud of myself that I didn't even need an alarm clock. Like I feel like the vibration has changed, and I'm on that groove of knowing that it's where I need to be because it's serving my higher power.
Well, so far I've heard 2 days in a row.
Yeah. Well, they're closed on the weekend. You got to remember. So this place is not open, so I did my own exercise on the weekend home. Okay. But I decided that I wasn't going to let the busyness of the holiday throw me off track. Mm-hmm. Again, it comes back to honoring your time management and honoring your family and honoring your schedule. So my son, who was supposed to be home at 8 o'clock tonight, just told me he's leaving. He lives an hour away, and he's leaving shortly. So my day just got unraveled in a great way. Mm-hmm. And, we need to plan for those things. So rather than get thrown off track and then missing tonight and then feeling guilty about not honoring myself, I did it, and it felt really good. And it's funny because I had my own coaching session this morning before this, just to help level set. And one of the things my coach said to me is, you are taking care of yourself, aren't you? And I was so proud to be able to say, yes, I absolutely am. So I know from my heart, from the inside out, the ability to find your gift and get in the zone and honor the all 5 facets of a life you really love is truly possible. To still love and be around and available for yourself and for your family, to have fun with what we're doing. This journey hasn't it not gotten more fun over the past few days alone? Just
Yes.
the way we're learning,
Yes.
it's different. You're not struggling in a bubble. It's fun this way. Fitness, drinking the water, making the time for ourselves to schedule something that's going to be nourishing and nurturing for you. And for me, I'm getting a manicure, I'm getting a pedicure, I played golf while it was warm. I can still have fun, and even in chunks of time. Golf's a pretty big time suck, frankly. But I was able to do this and not worry about falling off the tracks because I organized myself. So family and fun and fitness and growing finances. I just signed up a phenomenal home run, wonderful new client who's coming into the mastermind, executive coaching, and then I'm going to be doing training for his whole team on a monthly basis all year round. So again, manifesting more wonderful, heart-centered, go-giver people who actually want even more than I ever thought I even wanted, but it's really awesome. So it's not just even about making him smart and empowering him. It's about him honoring his team and saying, I need to be a better person. I need to be a more organized leader. And not only that, I want you to mentor my #1 marketing right hand, and I'm going to have you come in and train my team. So that everybody feels that energy, and we empower them to become the proper owners and voice boxes and spokespersons. Even if they're field reps out in the field installing cabling, whatever it is, they are going to all be honored and empowered to speak our truth and feel like they own it and know what to say with confidence. So family, fun, fitness, growing finances, and really having a fabulous career. And that's what it's about. And I share with you because, I had the same doubts for myself before we started this. I needed to promise myself I was going to do everything I'm asking you to do, right? Because it's disingenuous to just bark orders at you and tell you what to do and not live it. So I thank you for listening and tolerating me, but I just want to say that even I felt like, you know what? I walked the walk, I talked the talk, got a ton of stuff done, and I'm feeling so much better, and I'm totally not stressed about my schedule shifting today, and I'm not worried about what's going to happen the rest of the holiday. So I would love for you to each share your challenge, your win, and where we need to focus next for you. So Doris, are you feeling okay? Would you like to speak? Yeah. Are you more listening? I want to honor the fact that you had your dental work.
I'm not sick. I just had an operation. That's all.
Yeah, no, I know, but I honor that.
I'm really grateful for yesterday because it was fantastic for me to hear what you're saying, and that it's appreciated what my work is. Because so far I still was not sure if I'm on the right way, but I do know I am. I think we all have our losses, and not a lot of people talk about it. I just talked again to our employee who is going to take his wife into psychological treatment on Thursday, and he was really released after I talked to him, and I gave him a few points where he should think about and how he can work with that and how he can move on without just breaking down. And yeah, I love that because I see that it really helps and people do not feel left alone.
Yeah, oh, I got chills. That is such a gift. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for them that you were able to show up and be there, because that you just helped them through probably one of the scariest days of their life, I'm going to have to imagine, when you hit that point of it's time to make that huge. That's a big step, right? And they probably felt scared to death and all alone. And thank you for doing that for them. That's awesome.
See, what makes me very powerful is that I can tell him everything because I went through that. I mean, I was 8 years old. My mother became insane. His wife is now kind of in this situation. And I just can tell them, listen, no matter what happens, you move on. It's going to be all right if you don't give up and if you just keep on moving and stay positive. Believe in God and just go.
Doris, can I ask you a question? When you present in this manner to your audience, how much of it is intuitive? Because I get a lot of that from you, instinctive, historical versus, okay, this is what I've learned and I'm structured. Do the two merge together, and how much is it 80-90 or 80-10%? Does that question make sense? I'm curious because you present very well and you have experience and you speak from the heart. But there's got to be a didactic part of it too. So I'm just trying to determine your equation factor, if you don't mind my asking.
No, I am very intuitive. I'm clairvoyant. I can feel very fast what people tell me, but I'm not listening to their language. I'm listening to their heart because I come from my heart. Mm-hmm. And that makes a difference because if I just use my brain, it's not gonna get anyone anywhere. I use my heart, and of course I need my brain, otherwise it won't work. But I really try to come from my heart, and I love people. I love to see them getting out of being hurt, coming back into their life, into a life of love, appreciation, and abundance, happiness, whatever they want, you can have it. But there is one point, and that's the most important thing. You have to want it. It does not help if I tell them, listen, you can step up, you can rock, you can do whatever you want. But they have to decide to do that. And I guess that's the hard part, especially if you have to deal with a sick person, a psychic person or whatever. I mean, they are not really leading their own life at that moment. And I know a lot of treatments which can help those people, but as far as I learned, the people who are really suffering and not emotional or being depressive, they just get tranquilizers and that's it. And that's not the way out. It's not.
Just
like I said already yesterday, it's the wake-up call. You have to understand it's your wake-up call. Does that answer your question?
Thank you very much. Yes, it does.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Was that not awesome? This is recorded, so you're gonna get to hear this back. But I've just watched you write a lot of language for your landing page or your email copy. Do you realize you just did that? Because it flowed beautifully.
I did not get the last part, sorry.
You just, having this recording will be valuable. I took some notes, but it's being recorded, obviously. And you just wrote some of the most magnificent copy, landing page or email copy. So I think, Joe, I'm going to partially answer your question as well. Doris is gifted, and this is coming from her. You can hear it. It's spilling out. I have got chills. I broke a sweat while she was saying that. Physically felt my body change while she was describing that. That was really powerful. But part of what hopefully we'll be working on together is helping her to package that and commoditize it up so that she starts to structure more of a business and a model and a monetizing or getting it out there. She hasn't decided exactly how she's going to do that yet, but hopefully we'll be able to work on that together because she's obviously got the gift. There's no doubt. Remember when Paul Abramson said he calls it the shine? Did you hear Paul say that?
Yes.
One of my clients, he calls it the shine, Doris. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it's nice.
He said there's something about, he said people either have the shine or they don't have the shine. And that's who, when he goes into a room or into a group or into any decision making on who he wants to be around and do business with or work with or be near, he's automatically attracted to people who have the shine. And you just shined your light as big as that harvest moon that we just had last week. I mean, that was huge and wonderful. And for you, I would hope my gift is that we're going to be able to start working together and actually start taking that genius, because you've got it. There's no doubt. I'm not worried about that. This is not a how do we bake Doris and get her to be good at what she does speech, but you taking those words, those authentic words, and being able to create your kind of personal brand and sales tools and all the different things so that we can take that message out to a bigger, wider audience, and you can serve people around the world who desperately need to know that you are out here for them.
Thank you.
You got it, sister. I just broke an entire sweat listening to you. That was really amazing. So thank you. God bless you.
Thank you.
Yay. Okay. Do you have questions, comments, anything specific? Or would you like to pass the ball, Doris?
I have no question. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Who would like to be next, Mr. Joe or Mr. Matthew?
Well, I guess I'll go. I tell people about myself that there are a lot of things I don't do very well. And if you're interested, on a Saturday morning with a fat wallet and an empty bladder, take my wife out and she will burn your ear off the entire day. However, there are a few things I do extremely well. And I think I can ask good questions. I think I can connect the dots decently well also. What I like about this particular experience, and I made notes, I want to be clear about it, so I'm going to read it. It's good to know that there are universal concerns and challenges. It's not just me in terms of what I'm trying to accomplish. Because that's always my question, is it me or the world around me that's off-centric? And in helping others find solutions or discover solutions, perhaps better put, it also bounces back on me, because as I'm doing the problem solving, the thought processing, part of my role in my job description is, again, to exceed one's expectations. So the better I understand their concerns, their needs, the better I can anticipate and excel beyond that. So this has been so I get back at least as much as you guys get, hopefully, from me, and I really appreciate it for that reason.
Amen.
That's my period. End of speech.
No, that was.
Thank you.
So, thank you for that. You have heard me when we did some of the live speaking, I believe, Joe, and we talked about being a generous giver and an excellent receiver.
Yes.
Right? This is not the first time you're hearing me talk about that concept.
True.
And you just nailed that, because the circle of life is really a circle, and it really is about putting yourself out there in the most unselfish of ways. It's about your sincere and genuine caring for the success of other people really did help you hone some great leadership skills. I watched you evolve. Did you feel that too? Did you guys see that, Matt? I know you, because you've been from the beginning, right? Have you seen Joe? We're all evolving. It's really almost quite crazy watching this evolution over just such a tiny little few days. But I literally watched you grow, and I've watched you mature as a leader. And if you notice, I've sat back and I've spoken less and less, and gotten you to speak more. And you right in, baby.
I have to admit I held back because it is your program.
No. No. So, yeah, no, and I appreciate you for being courteous about that. But at the very same time, I think by now you've kind of all got to know that part of my gift is connecting wonderful people together who deserve to know each other. So I love to be a conduit. Somebody called me a professional matchmaker, but I felt like that sounded a little bit more like a dating thing than.
But you are a matchmaker, though, in the generic sense. So once we get off the subset of date, and actually dating is a part of it too, as I look at it, because you're talking about relationships, you're talking about interaction, you're talking about positive experiences, acknowledging the crap that goes along with it, but not letting it get in the way of what you want to accomplish. So I would say you are an excellent matchmaker.
Thank you. So that's something that's been really, really fun to watch, and I've watched you become even more of a consultative expert, and then taking it back and internalizing for yourself, because the joy of giving is not just watching someone else grow, but growing as you grow. You end up growing together. It just really seems to work. And that's, again, where the laws of attraction come into play big time, right? Because like-minded, and I keep using the word go-giver, that term go-giver, but that really to me feels like all of you, because nobody's selfish in this group. There's no takers. Nobody's just been trying to be the time suck and take it all for themselves. Everybody's been very much about putting forth, putting their ideas in, being vulnerable, and asking questions that are sometimes hard, right? Because you ask questions and you don't know what you want to hear the answer to, right? It's almost like I'll ask the question, but I don't know if I want to hear it. This has been a really great interchange of sharing and caring and interaction. So it's kind of that whole premise of why when I built the mastermind, it's about that surrogate board of directors or a personal advisory council. So this is this level of intimacy and continuity of checking in. Like, weren't you dying to know what happened? Like, after we talked to Doris yesterday, weren't you dying to know how, like, you get so curious. You're invested in other people's success and they're invested in yours. So that makes it fun, because even though you carry yourselves differently and have a different mission, you're watching everybody grow and rise together.
I agree.
Right?
Yes.
So Matthew, Mr. Matthew, you've had a really interesting journey. So tell us, day fiver, where are you at now?
Good morning, everybody. I am in sunny San Diego, and yesterday I got the domain names, the big four, the PTSD Healing Circle, and the package, and I started a group on Facebook, and I didn't know where to start a group yet on LinkedIn, but I kind of just put those words as my title, PTSD Healing Circle. And then I went to Twitter, and I tried to put it in on Twitter as my handle, but it was too long, so it stopped at Circ. It went PTSD Healing Circ. It didn't let me fit in the LE, but I figured, well, that's not bad.
And how about PTSD Healer or PTSD Healing or something?
Yeah, I could change it. They said, don't worry, you can always change this whenever you want. So I just let it be Healing Circ. So I had a great day yesterday. I had a couple of, I'll call them practice clients that I had some great conversations with, and did a great healing session with a friend of mine's mom. She was blown away. And I feel that I had another conversation. I went to lunch with a friend, and I told him about this PTSD healing niche, and he loved it and he got it. And I'm like, it makes such a huge difference that now I can come out of the closet and say, this is what I do, and not sound like a witch or a wizard or, a kind of a weird miracle worker. So I'm just ready to start. I got the branding started, and I'm ready to start being open and saying,
Matt,
this is what I do.
Can I interrupt?
Yes.
Matt, you say you're ready to start. You've already started. You're kind of behind yourself on this one.
Right. So I guess what I mean is I'm ready to give this message out in a big way. Like, I'm set up, and I'm not afraid of what people are going to think of me.
Very nice.
When I say this is what I do. And we talked about that a little bit yesterday or the day before. It's like, this is real. This is grounded. This is,
rock solid.
Yeah. Rock solid. Yeah.
I read an article in the Wall Street Journal, Sunday edition, decades ago, and they had 10 criteria for being an entrepreneur. And the New York Times and another regional newspaper, was called the Star Ledger, not to be outdone, the following Sunday came up with similar criteria, but not to be accused of plagiarism, they changed the 10 listings. But there were 2 or 3 that were common to all 3 articles. One was being able to consider worst case scenario, and I get that. The second one was being visionary. I really, really believe it's a euphemism for being psychotic, that we have a sense of reality that nobody else perceives. And yes, the world is indeed round and not flat. It may sound embarrassing initially and off the wall initially, but that vision is there, that drive is there, and it's nice that you've been trying to get some validation that it's not off the wall, that indeed the world is round, and I'll keep circling around it to make it happen.
Yeah, that's great.
That's a great word.
Yeah, visionary is a great word. And I feel that, that's what I've been looking for is validation and a way into conversations that doesn't scare people away. Like, I feel like I scare people away if I say I'm a life coach, so they're like, okay, that's a good conversation stopper, it seems to me. And maybe that's just my own, maybe I bring a cringe when I say that. So people are like, okay, on to the next person. But if I say that I have a business where I help people with PTSD that is affecting their relationships, I'm like, oh, I can say that all day. And I don't feel like I'm asking for attention. I'm just saying what I do. I'm not feeling like I'm trying to rope people into a marketing conversation, because I'm not assuming that they have or even know somebody with PTSD. I'm just like, this is what I do. This is my thing. I'm passionate about it. I'm going to help as many people as I can on this planet. And there it is. If you're interested in talking about that, let's talk about that. Or what do you do? I feel like I can just start a conversation, be in conversation comfortably with that.
Well,
Awesome.
you're learning to, instead of giving a title, I'm a coach, you're sharing with people what you do, and people connect with that more intuitively.
Let's take it one step further.
Mm-hmm.
May I interject? We'll take it one step further. It's not who you are. Well, it's not what you do. It's who is your ideal audience, and how do you make them feel by sharing your gift? That, my friends, is the holy grail, right? It's, and when we did the live workshop, we talked about this, and we'll probably talk about it more in the masterclass on Friday, but it's not about the details of, I gave the example of a pilot or a travel agent, right? So if a travel agent is trying to sell you a trip, the travel agent's not going to be like, click on this link and then go here and then buy this and then go to your bank vault and go get your passport and bring it out and make sure you put the number in the form, and then you go on your TSA line and da-da-da-da-da, and it's going to take you 40 minutes and da-da-da-da-da. The travel agent's going to tell you about, like, let's say Aruba is your dream spot. Let's just pick one for sake of argument. The travel agent's got you picturing yourself floating on a raft on the turquoise water with a perfectly chilled pina colada with a palm tree to the side and not a care in the world, and the sun shining at a perfect balmy 82 degrees. That's what the travel agent is instilling in you, is that feeling of, oh, when you're laying on that raft with your pina colada, not the details of everything else that has to happen to get you from this moment today to that pina colada on the raft in April or whenever, right? That same, so it's 90% of our story should always be about the destination. 10% of our story should be about the journey, the detail, right?
Yeah.
Enough. It's always not about us. It's always about you, about them. Always. Because otherwise we sound like, meh, meh, meh. You still need to be able to give enough detail, 10% only, so that you have who you are, your credibility, the why you're doing it, how long you're doing it type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be there for validation, and not just validation, but so they know who you are and how to act at the end. But when you're talking with people, it's about engaging in a brief teaser conversation enough to know that they start to like you as a person. If the laws of attraction are where they need to be, that you like each other as people, that you feel a sense of connection, and that you share a common interest in this circumstance. So for you, it's about overcoming and getting on past, PTSD. And for Doris, it's about the wake-up call and owning and rocking your life beyond loss and grief. And for Joe, it's about engaging and connecting with your ideal client. How to find that sweet spot, right? And have those special moments that last a lifetime.
Sounds good.
Right? So
Right.
that feeling, that wake-up call feeling, or that I'm moving on and I'm now owning my life, I'm not a victim of PTSD. I may have suffered with the symptoms and the consequences of it, but I'm ready to, again, move on. And again, I think I feel a similar, different kind of little bucket, but a very common spirit between Doris and Matthew, in your helping people conquer their fear, their challenge to get beyond themselves. And I don't want to say get over it, because I'm not minimizing it, but respectfully getting beyond it. Am I right, both of you? Does that feel like it's going to be a big piece of your healing?
Right. I like that word conquer a lot, because I think about climbing a mountain and conquering that challenge, or getting past it and feeling that you can do what you thought was impossible. What seemed like such a huge accomplishment is now done, and now you can, if you want to, you can help other people with the same thing. There's plenty of people that need help out there. Or you can just be a beacon for hope, get over it and let people know it's possible.
It's so funny that you said that, because when you see the post that I have, so when I post the videos, I use the, I create a little graphic image for it. And oddly enough, or interestingly enough, the day 5 graphic is exactly what you just described. It's like somebody celebrating at the top of the mountain type of
Right, I love it.
So we're on the same page. And as you're literally spelling it out for people, so in other words, with your group, easy enough. I don't know if you know how to do this or you need help with it, but it'll be easy enough for you to create a visual, to drop a visual in there in the top in your picture, kind of to create your new brand. So that success on the top of the mountain, here we go. I'm going to show you this. It's so funny you just said that. That's really cool. Really, really cool. Let me see if I can snip it. If I can snip it, I'm going to stick it right in this thing. You're going to see it. Let's see. It's going to be on the page and it'll be on the video. So what I'm doing is I'm going to drop all the videos. If you haven't looked already, they're recorded. There we go. Let's see if you can read that. Does that work? Let's see if I hit enter. I just copied and pasted that visual because I want you to see it. I don't know if it's going to take it or not, though. Anyway, I've copy and pasted, so the recordings of the video are in the page, that landing page, the Focus Challenge, the planner landing page where you register to get involved. On that page, there is a library. We had a little technical with the recording, so day 2 didn't quite get recorded, but we have the other ones there. So those will be have access to them forever, so you can go back in and take notes and reflect on what's worked and take a look at it. And this cover, Rock Your Focus Challenge Day 5, is a picture of this woman on top of a rock in her glorious, I've got this, conquering. Yeah. Glory, hallelujah, with the sun in the background and the sky, you know, like I own it piece, which is very cool.
That's an amazing feeling.
Yeah, so one of the things you can do for your branding, a little tip, if you would like it, is it's an easy way to do it. I don't know if you have access to anything like Stock Unlimited or any of the free photo pics. Is it Pixlr? There's a few free stock photo services.
Yeah, there's some Google kind of.
Google has a lot of options. Put in the keywords and click the image button.
But no. I want you to use something you're going to not be getting in trouble when you use it. I want you to use something you have permission to use.
Fair enough.
Okay?
Good point.
So what you're going to want to do is you can go, like I have a Stock Unlimited. I paid $49 one time, and I have access to unlimited photo downloads forever. If I want to use them in reselling, I think I have to pay a $20 fee per image, but other than that, like for social media and for those Facebook covers and stuff, I can use them unlimited. So if you want, I will help you with picking here, I'll show you real quick. Want the tip? You want to see it?
Sure.
I'll help you? All right, we're going to do a real quick screen share. Can you see that? Let's see, where's my image? For the day 5 challenge, look at the picture. Can you see that? Do you see the photos?
Let's see, am I looking here?
Do you see the photos now? What do you
Let's
see?
see them. They look small. I see these like
The errors.
a screen of
See that?
40 or 50 small files or something.
Oh, there you are. How's that? You see it now?
And actually, I see your face now. It came up earlier.
Oh, here we go. Share screen. I got it. 1 second.
All right. And it hadn't refreshed yet to show
Got
the
it.
pictures.
Hold on. Now this should work. Try that.
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, now I see it. Rocky Focus Challenge.
So that's what I had built for us for today. That was my feeling about today's day 5.
Very nice.
Right?
It's a good image.
Yeah.
That's a good image of you, Pat.
Doris, what did you just say?
There is a saying, I don't know who said it, whatever the struggle, continue the climb. You might be only 1 step from the summit.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Very nice.
So here
That's
is
a
a site that I use called Stock Unlimited. So I go in here and literally, like I would put in success. Hold on. What was that? So I would put success mountain. Now, I tend to like to use photos, not necessarily little graphic vector images, right? So I could go in here, look at photos, and it's going to show me all different variations of people at the mountaintop, right?
Right.
Success. Photos.
Did you pay for them or you just pay per picture or per image?
I got this subscription for, it was like, I got it on a deal. I do a lot of sharing resources, so I'm always looking for stuff, but I think I paid $49 for a one-time. So now you see all these people? If you like any of them, I can download it and give you the picture and let you put it up there for your cover page for now. But you see how it like shows all different versions?
Oh, they're very nice.
Somebody crossing a finish line. There's people in business suits. I think I downloaded them once. I have her I'm going to use for something. I kind of like this one. You know, there's different ones. Not for what you're talking about specifically. I think what you said about the mountain. Line. Let's see what climb comes up with. So anyway, this is one of the fun, stupid things I like to do. It's not the most productive, but I love, I don't know, I just enjoy the picking through because you start to find something that shows energy that just feels like it makes sense to you.
That's a very nice site.
Okay. Do not
yeah, and I guess when you choose a picture,
do not just go to, here's another, this one is all free, I think, Pexels, P-E-X-E-L-S, write that down. This is free. Oh, look, there's rocks. See? See what I mean? P-E-X-E-L-X. Right? So.
right.
That one is all free. So these are allowed. When you go to Google, I'm going to give you a really important lesson I learned the hard way. When you go to just Google and take a picture, if you put that on your website or on your stuff, and it's not an unlicensed, and it's got licensure requirements, you're going to get a love letter. I got one from Getty Images. I had something up. The site was not even live. It was on it. I was just creating a landing page and testing it. It wasn't live. No traffic went to it. None. Zero. Nobody saw it.
Mhm.
But I got a love letter from Getty Images saying, you have broken our blah, blah, blah. And they wanted like ridiculous amounts of money for saying that I took, and I thought I got it from a free place, but I don't know.
Mhm.
So anyway, it's really annoying and you don't want that to happen. So if you put in your topic, like there's a winner of success kind of a picture, but you put in whatever, look how beautiful the quality of these pictures are. They're gorgeous, right?
Very nice.
So you would put in your topic. I mean, they're really beautiful. Here's some rock from the rock music perspective. So these are some of the most popular ones of the recent days. So you go into a Pexels and you can put, let's say success. Look at these. Right? So you can pick any one of them you like, if you like them. And be careful when you get to the bottom, look here on the bottom. Now, see how it says sponsored photos, Shutterstock? Those are paid ones. You can't just use them. Those you will be paying them a fee for, specifically for each one that you use. But if you like it, it could be certainly worth, look how adorable. Like, if you like it and it works for you, it's worth spending a few bucks to have it. But please understand the difference. So this is the one that I used to make your image for day 5. Got it? So I like this one. I'll say success, go get it. Look, free download, free for personal and commercial use, no attribution required. That's a good thing. And now I get to download it. All right, so you want to pay really close attention. I don't want you getting in trouble if you didn't know better, because now you know better.
Right.
Fair enough?
That's
Very good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's it. So let me ask you a question. As we're winding down our 5 days, was this worth your time?
Yes.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. I'm grateful
Big
for
time.
that. I thank you for joining me on this journey. I had planned to offer a free, I'm going to do a master class on Friday. And since you're my main peeps, one of the things I was going to say is I was going to talk about how to sell and present yourself without sounding salesy, but I thought I would query you and see if there's a topic specifically that might be of value, because I really hope that you decide to join us on this journey and stay with us for the long haul, obviously. And we can talk about that separately offline. If any of you are interested in having that conversation. But I'm going to invite everybody who's not necessarily been in all our calls with us on the masterclass to come in and do it. But since you guys have been loyal followers and loyal participants, is there a specific topic that dig in? I'm going to like do an actual coaching session. Is there a topic that would be of value to you? Would you like to learn, have me walk through and do some of the latest LinkedIn stuff? Would you like me to talk about how to put your branding together quickly, lower no-cost ways? Like, what would be of value? Would you like to talk about planning, the 90-day, how to set up your plan? What would be of value to you?
I would appreciate to have kind of a frame, you know, step by step. Take the first step, take the second step, take the third step. Get out there, of course. I mean, I'm out there, but kind of, you know, following through. I don't know. I haven't read your book yet, so I don't know if it's in there. I guess it is.
So you're talking about how to rock your business fundamental, how to create this as a business now? Is that what you're asking? I understand the step-by-step part, but I'm trying to understand what you mean from the content of it.
For me, the most important thing right now is, you know, just get out there, start. I have everything set up, so that's done. The work is done. But to really get out there, what's the best and easiest way?
So if I understand correctly, you're asking, okay, you've got the engine, you've got the car fueled up, you've got it packed with your luggage, you want to get to from point A to point B. So what do you turn the ignition? What are the steps to get it going? Is that what I'm hearing from you? I'm not sure if you heard that, Doris, or not.
Yeah, the connection is very bad. My connection is very bad.
So I guess if I'm hearing from you correctly, you're asking, you have all the material in hand, so now what do you do with it? Is that kind of what you're asking, to move the momentum forward? I would be okay with that.
So one of the things I was thinking about was to help you with thinking about how to create your funnel, your information funnel. So how to literally take your free piece of information, how to have something small that someone can buy from you, you know, something they can do that's free, something small that they can do to show that they're interested and that they're finding value in what you do, and then how to have a package or something to offer them, an actual offer, a place to bring them. In other words, a way to do business with them.
Fine with me too.
I'm sorry?
It's fine with me too, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit different than what Doris said, but I'm certainly open to recommendations.
So are you, and I'm still trying to understand, because I feel like I'm missing some piece of what Doris was trying to say, and I want to get clear. So you're asking about where to take it. You mean from a social media, from a marketing perspective, help me understand a little bit more.
I know, considering coaching, I mean, we learned that every session itself, you just get your free clients and then you start from there. But I think that's good for training, but that's not really the most important step to get your clients. Of course, you can get clients out of that, but that's not what I'm asking. My thinking was, you know, I have my website, I have my free products. I don't know if it's a real funnel. Right now, it doesn't matter. My ebook is ready and my seminar is ready. But how is the best way to really start marketing? Is that better?
Okay. Yeah.
Doris, are you focused on the concept of prospecting? How do you go about it to acquire clients? Is that what I'm hearing? Or is it a different? I missed the response on that.
We couldn't hear you, Doris.
Yes, your screen froze up, Doris, momentarily. Would you repeat your answer?
The last one I said?
I had asked, I'll repeat myself. If I understand correctly, your question is about the art of prospecting. So how do you get your material out in front of people who want to use your service?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you are looking for online presence?
Yes.
Local or both? Okay.
I can do local, but that would be in Germany. And right now I just focus on English.
Okay.
So I'm still not clear. So you're looking for, you know what the tools are, I'm assuming. Are you looking for a prioritized sequential step of what to do to move the business in a commercial setting?
Now, I know what I have to do. It's just to do it. And what is the first step? Is it on Facebook to get your marketing out? Do I start a launch? Whatever I do, I have to build my list first. You know, I have names. I will write them because I took a lot of business cards when I went to my seminars. I will write to them, asking them if it's okay if they can I put them on my list. But I, of course, have to start my business by building my list. Everybody does.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the question is, how do I fastest build a good list?
Makes sense. Kind of open-ended, and but I see you're looking for a focus, a nidus to begin to expand from, if I'm getting that correctly. Sequential focused.
Yeah, I think it's easier to know how someone else already did it instead of now trying all different kinds of things and not ending up anywhere.
Right. Okay. So I think that perhaps looking at the way to generate buzz and excitement with a sales funnel might be a great way to kind of phrase it, because I'll be able to show you the steps, and then we can talk about what you need to do at the beginning of this funnel but make you respectfully aware of what has to happen to go from here to here to here. How do you pull people through, and what happens if they yes or no, and what do you do with that? Would that be a value? I think that might be pretty meaty. Yes?
I mean, I'm just talking for me. I don't know about Matthew and Joe.
No, it works for me, and I think it was perhaps a matter of semantics. That's pretty much what Pat had said earlier, but I wasn't familiar with the concept of funnel well enough to understand what her response was.
So when and I'll just tell you briefly without getting too much into detail right now, but so basically what we can talk about is how to create buzz and excitement around your brand, kind of figuring out where you're going to fish where the fish are, right? Your fish. Because Joe's fish and your fish are all different. So where are you, how do you fish where the fish are, right? And what you can do, a few tips to get you started with putting your message in those places. So how do you fish where the fish are? How do you find that?
Yeah, I'm not a fisherman, but there's a phrase called chumming, I believe. For people
when you throw the meat in the water?
You throw the meat in the water, and those are close enough, hungry enough for bite, and you'll capture them. So that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you can't do everything at once. You shouldn't try to do everything at once, but where and how do you start? What are some of the things, some of the places you might want to look? We can talk about that. We can talk about that. This way. Where to start? Okay, so hi Donna.
Hi Pat.
Welcome. We're just actually getting ready to wrap up. Did you want to share with us your thoughts around the 5-day challenge and what you've accomplished?
I really liked it. I thought it was a great idea. I did not accomplish nearly all the things I wanted to, but I think it was a good feat to the fire. And I also think it was good that we could check in every day with you, and that it was also helpful to hear what other issues people are having.
Okay, thank you for that. So one of the things we should honor and accept is that we're never going to accomplish everything we want to accomplish. It's just, if you ever have a list that's so short you'll never get it, that you can always get it done, you might be aiming too low. So I kind of help you honor that balance of accountability and having 2 priorities a day. But I'm almost insatiable in some respects, if that makes any sense. In other words, I always feel like there could be and should be more. In fact, one of the gentlemen that's joining the mastermind and coaching was just talking about that, and that's one of the challenges. He's not the I can't accomplish enough from a lack of doing. He's a no matter how much I accomplish, I always still want more. And we're going to get him back level set on how to honor what you have accomplished, right? Be grateful for what you've achieved. If it's moved you forward and you've stepped out of your comfort zone and you're moving ahead and you've learned along the way and you've had fun, then I like to think of that as a win and something that's worth your time. If you didn't walk away with any learning, you didn't meet new people, you didn't get any smarter, you did not walk away with any value, then this was a total waste of time, and I owe you something else, because that's just not cool. But if you found satisfaction, found a different way of thinking about what you're doing, moved yourself forward in your progress, and feel better about it, then I want you to own that and be proud of that, and don't beat yourself up for what is not, but embrace what is. Matt's shaking his head, right?
Okay. Yep.
Because, Donna, this is the cycle, sister. You beat yourself up. Some of us beat ourselves up because we didn't accomplish everything, and then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy of, oh, I stink and I should have, and then you start feeling badly and you waste too much time and energy feeling badly about what's not, instead of living in the moment of what is and high energy vibration about what needs to happen. So you deserve, we all deserve more than that. We all deserve to honor our success learn from what didn't work or can work differently. So I'm not saying make excuses and just give yourself slack all the time to the point that you live in that excuse mode, because it's okay. I'll just say it's
Right.
okay. I'm not dismissing your feeling, but I am asking you to honor what's moved in the right direction and to learn from what you need to do differently. So what's one thing you want to do differently going forward?
I really need to prioritize things and push certain things back and push certain things forward. So
Okay.
I need to reprioritize.
Okay, so I'm going to now, with your permission, I want to restructure that language a little bit with you. All right?
Okay.
You don't
Yeah.
need anything. You deserve to feel focused and confident. And the way that will happen, one of your next best moves to have that happen in perpetuity is to start getting better at saying no when you can or should, and to delegate where you can or should, and then prioritize the 2 things a day that are going to be meaningful and moving you forward. Somewhere, and I don't know who I can attribute it to because I did read it and it's not my thought, but I'll honor it. It was someone else's. They said, make a list of the 25 most important things you need to accomplish this year, and then pick the top 5, and then burn the rest of the list. So in other words, you can have 25 things you want to accomplish in a year, but truly, if you picked 5 and honored them, how much better off would you be? So stop. We're never going to all get it done. It's like eating.
Right.
You're never done, unfortunately. But
Right.
so enjoy the meal while you have it. Give yourself the best nourishment so you feel good and you are at your best moving forward. Forgive yourself for not being Wonder Woman, but you are Wonder Woman. I want you to honor that a little higher, a little more.
Okay.
Because you're fabulous.
I know, and you've taught me that.
Absolutely. Okay.
It's very important to do that, because I don't know about the others, but there's some days when you just feel that you are at the bottom and you have a teaspoon and you're trying to dig out of the hole, and then you say, I'm never going to get out of it, and you throw your hands up and you say, well, but then you got to say, no, I am, that's not the way it is. It's not that far up to get out of the hole. Just keep moving. And I think that's the problem, is that you can get so down that you stop moving, and that's where the problem comes in.
And what you're saying is, thank you for sharing that. And I think it's helpful because, especially, maybe not Joe so much, but I know Doris and Matthew are both coaching people that are overcoming some serious loss, tragedy, suffering. Like they've gone through some serious stuff, and they have physical, mental, emotional scars and baggage. And and as do you, I do too. I honor it. Right? I'm not picking on you. I'm just sharing that. We know we're open about the fact that we come to the table with our baggage. And
absolutely.
So part of our mission, and yours too, is to empower people to do better, to feel better, to own it, to own their glory, and to move better and move in flow. And when you're working in your zone of genius, you will find your space in the sun. You will find a way to attract the people who need you and get them out of the negative mindset and get them shining in their light and get them realizing that they've just picked up a way to live their best life, whether it's their business, life, or both, because it really is all overlapping and intertwined. At the end of the day, you feel good, you look good, you feel good, you flow well. You're going to get along better with your family. You're going to have your friends want to be around you. Your business is going to roll and flow, and it all seems to work. So we're going to get out. This is not an I need place. This is an I deserve, and I deserve to honor myself, and I deserve to honor my accomplishments. And yes, I can do some things better. We always all can. And that's where
Right.
mastermind, the accountability piece is so important, because we want to be able to tap each other on the shoulder, have a place to check in, and do those kinds of things. So thank you very much for sharing that. So what I will do is I'm going to thank you very much for coming. We are going to have on Friday at noon a bonus master class, and I'm probably going to rename it a little bit, but this link will take you to the registration to sign up, so I know who I'm expecting. I will be passing it out there, so I will tweak that a little bit. I will encourage you all to share if you learned anything in this class, if you've had a good takeaway. The two things I will ask of you, if you don't mind, will you go on my LinkedIn and tell someone else how this impacted you or how I helped, because coming from your words again is great. And invite 2 or 10 people to come along on the journey on Friday if they are open to it, and let them learn and dig in. So right now I'm saying it says rock your sales, but I don't know that feels like it's exactly the right language. But
will we be able to like your calendar event on either your Facebook or LinkedIn?
Yes, I will build, that's a good idea too. I will build the event on Facebook as well. And then please do go ahead and share it with your folks. And as always, if anyone has someone who joins as a referral, I have a very generous affiliate and referral program, because it's an investment. It's for people who deserve to stand up and say yes to themselves. And as you can see, I'm more than willing to put my skin in the game to make sure everybody who touches my program succeeds, and try to be very, very fair about making sure that you've all been honored and you're all getting the right information for you. So the fact that you're all different is not a negative, it's actually a positive, because we're able to still all have all ships rise with the tide and learn together. Is that true?
Yes, absolutely.
So my gift to the 4 of you, is that if you please send me, if I don't already have it, if you please send me your address, your mailing address, I would like to send you a copy of my book. I'm going to give it to all of you, because you deserve to be honored for showing up.
Sounds good.
Germany, or do you want to send it to my friends in Florida?
Whatever you want, Doris. You tell me. I'll send it wherever.
Yeah, well, right now I'm not going to be there. It's going to take another few months. So I would appreciate to have it here. Okay, if it's fine with you, then I would appreciate it to send it to Germany.
Sure. And I can also send you the PDF version of the whole book. So right now you have the 30-page, like the snippet.
Yeah.
So I can surely send you the PDF of the full.
That's fine too. You don't have to have the shipping costs. And I already sent your page from today to my mastermind group, and I'm gonna talk to them tomorrow. So I will invite them for Friday.
Terrific. Wonderful. Thank you for doing that. If you guys, because you're in the free sessions group, in Christian's group, if you feel compelled and want to share any feedback in there, that's always welcomed. Again, just trying to spread the word. This is how I grow my business. I grow my business by giving and just being myself. And when people are ready for really, really accelerating, imagine if we took this and you had accountability every week, and a live thing like this every 2 weeks all year long. I mean, it really is, it's a game changer, because you don't get time to get stuck, right? You get content.
Yes.
You move
Can
forward.
Can I also?
Go ahead,
Can
please.
I add something, Pat?
Sure.
I have to say that Pat is a true giver. Even though she said, you have your time with her with the mastermind, but she's constantly there for you. Every day you're getting something, or some shout out from her, or she's sending you something. You feel as if she's not there for just the hour she's on with you, or when you have your mastermind session and she's done. She's not that kind of person. She is she is invested in her business, but more importantly, she puts an investment in you as well. She genuinely cares about the people she is coaching, and she looks out for them. She looks after them. She is a true, as I said, she's a true giver. And I don't think that, I think there are a lot of coaches out there, but for Pat, this is not only her business, but this is her world. I mean, you know, in our group, we have somebody from the UK, we have somebody from Vegas. And even though we're far distance, we are not far apart in our similar problems, similar, you know, successes. You know, there's a connection between us, and Pat is the connector. And I think that that's very important, and I am very happy that I have connected with her and with all of you.
That's a nice, nice testimony.
Congratulations, Pat.
Aw, thank you. Thank Donna. That I'm like ready to cry. Thank you.
Don't cry, but I mean, I truly mean that. There's, you know, you hear about, it's interesting, and this is the last thing I will say. I did have a business coach probably about 10 years ago. And if I think back about how much I invested in the business coach and how much I got back from it, it was not a good return on my investment at all. It was just different, and there wasn't the same connection, so to speak. So I just want to end with that this is worth your time, worth the investment, and it's something that, it's a relationship you're going to have for a very long time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. This has been a public service announcement. Thank you, Don. I'm not speechless often, but you kind of just took my breath away a little bit. Oh, is that your wife, Matthew? Tell her to say hi. Tell her to say hi.
Just a second. Pat and Joe and Doris and Donna, this is Nancy.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Welcome. I'm going to come visit you in San Diego. Is that okay? Sorry, I love it there.
Yes, it's beautiful.
It is, right? Nancy's my family name. My niece is Nancy. My sister-in-law is Nancy. My sister's mother's Nancy. Like, Nancy's a big family name here.
Wow, that's a
them. Isn't that cool?
good group of people.
Yeah.
Nancy, I have to say, looking at the two of you, Matt definitely got the better part of the deal in your marriage.
Ah! So funny. You know, my husband says about that. My husband's so funny. He says, they outkick the coverage. Like, he'll tell his friends, you outkick the coverage, meaning you got this beautiful wife or husband, you know. Anyway. So nice to meet you. Thank you for sharing Matthew with us. It's been really fun.
Oh, my pleasure. Have fun.
Hopefully we'll get to see you live in person soon enough.
Thank you for saying hi.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so I'm going to let you guys go. It's a little after 1, and we're going to, hopefully you guys are going to be on with me on Friday. You're going to invite your friends.
Yes.
Sure.
And we're going to figure out how to rock your planning. How's that? That's really kind of rock your, yes.
Yeah.
Get you started, getting you on the path. We're going to do an hour. We're going to dig in. It's going to be more about me actually giving some teaching, like coaching, instruction. I mean, we've been doing this one-on-one, but we're going to kind of do a collaborative. Here's some of your next best moves. Here's a couple of things you need to be doing next to be able to move it forward.
Happy Thanksgiving, folks.
Have a blessed, wonderful
Happy Thanksgiving to all of you.
All right.
We'll see you Friday. Thank you very much.
You got it. If anybody needs to talk to me before then, I am here this afternoon. Ping me and let me know, and or send me. I'll send you the PDF of the full version of the book, or if you would like a hard copy, a paperback signed copy, I will put that in the mail to you too. So send me your a private note with your address, and then we can go from there.
Okay.
Okay?
Thanks.
God bless.
Okay.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Love
All right,
you
Pat.
too. Thank you.
Thanks.
Take care. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
You too.